everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Cam, and today is an excited video. It is my 2019 favorites. Like, I have one skincare item, or no, I've got 2 skincare items, 2 nail care items, 2 lip care items, 1 hair care item, and a whole bunch of different makeup. I am going to apologize in advance. My dog has been playing with her squeaky toy, so if you can hear that, I'm so sorry. If it bothers you that much, you can click out. It won't offend me any. And other than that, I just kind of want to get into it because this is take 2, the first video I filmed. It was very blurry and you couldn't see me or what I was talking about, and it just, what can I do? So we're just going to do it all over again. First, I want to talk about what's on my lips. It is included in this favorites video. I will talk about it a little later. This is the ColourPop and Kathleen Lights lipstick in the shade Little Star, or Liquid Lip in the shade Little Star. And I'm also wearing my Tati Beauty by Tati Westbrook palette, Volume 1 palette. I'm using mostly this row and this row, which is the Soothe row and the Ritual row. I don't know how I feel like with the lip paired with it, but you know. I tried it with the red first and I didn't like that either, so all of these items are favorites from 2019, so I'm just going to get on started. So the first skincare item I have to talk about is this one. This is the Boscia Detoxifying Black Cleanser. This is my favorite cleanser. I went through 3 or 4 things of this. I bought this one the last VIB sale, and I got a few cleansers in my BoxyCharm, so I haven't had a chance to open it yet because I want to go through those before I go through this one. And it has a little like clip on it, so if you like to travel or you have a travel in mind, like it won't spill in your bag. So that's nice. I feel like this just clears my skin. It deals with breakouts. Like when I was using this, I had like fairly few breakouts, and I'm very excited to use this again to get rid of all of my acne and to test it out again to see if it really does it. And I no doubt it's going to. I know it's going to, but that is my favorite face cleanser of 2019. I have repurchased and repurchased that more than any other cleanser because I buy it once and then I'm like, oh, I want to go try something else now. So I've got too little of an attention span. The other skincare items I have to talk about is this. This is my second mini tube. One of these will last me about 6 to 8 months. This is the Drunk Elephant TLC Glycolic Night Serum, and I really do like this stuff. Again, my acne, when I was using this, I noticed a like shift in my skin, like I wasn't having as many breakouts, and then I stopped using this for about 3-4 months just because 'tis expensive, and my face started breaking out. I didn't know if it was the products I was using. I didn't know if it was my cleanser not working, but I started using this again about a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and my face is starting to clear up. I do still have some breakouts, but that's alright. College is starting back up, so stress, what can you say? But I really do like this stuff, and it lasts a really, really long time, and I know the full size is like $90 or something like that, which is insane. I just hit you. I'm sorry. My other 2 skincare items, I'm going to count these as one item. They are the same thing. It's just different. I also have a few minis of this in like different scents, like from their holiday sets. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, the original one. And then I also have the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Apple Lime. This is my favorite one. I have a bit of a dent in here. So I feel like this smells like, I don't know what this smells like, but it just smells so good. It brings me back to my childhood. I can't put my finger on what this smells like, but it brings me back to my childhood. And this one also has quite a big dip in there. I even bought this for my mother-in-law for Christmas, and I even went in her bathroom and looked at it, and she's got a big dent in hers, so she's liking it too. And I know a lot of people do like that. I just like it when I go to bed. Even my fiance wears it now, so a win-win there. And then my one and only hair care item to talk about is the Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser Invisible Oil Heat UV Protective Primer. And here's what it looks like. You can see here on the back, like I've gone through half of it. and it is, I just like this. I like to spray this in my hair when my hair is wet, and then I'll braid it, and then my hair, like, last night I used it. I use it every night when I braid my hair, but my curls look better. They stay longer. My hair isn't frizzy. I can control my hair. It does what I want it to do rather than what it wants to do. So if, I know Sephora does sell a mini of this, so if you can get your hands on that, I really, really recommend it. If you don't know if you're going to like it, just buy the mini, test it out, see what you think. I strongly recommend this. I really, really like it. Knocking stuff over. I forgot to mention this just a second ago, but this is the Milani Keep It Sweet Sugar Lip Scrub. And this is the O2 Sugar Sweet, and this smells like brown sugar. It smells so good. It exfoliates my lip perfectly. It's not too rough, but it's not too gentle either. I really do like this stuff. Plus, you can eat it. I personally don't just eat it, but if it gets in your mouth, it does taste good. So that's good. And I do have a mixture of both drugstore and high-end in here. It looks like it's mostly high-end though, so I'm sorry, but that's just what I buy. And then I've got two nail care things. One is a cuticle oil. If you do your nails at home, if you go get acrylic nails, you should invest in some oil. This is the Beauty Secrets cuticle oil, and you get 2.5 fluid ounces. And here's what it looks like. I have been using this on my nails once a week for the past 3 or 4 months, and this stuff thickens your nails, it strengthens your nails. Like if you do have acrylic nails, it will like fix the, you know how like when one pops off, it's all like, I don't know, like layers of your nails have come off. If you've got flaky nails, if your nails break a lot, this is going to strengthen your nails. So I just like to have a cuticle oil on hand. I'm sure any is fine, but I just like this one just because of the applicator is really nice. I dip it in and then put some at the base of each of my fingers and then rub it in and then do it to the other hand. I think a cuticle oil is very, very important, and I will never not use one again. And then the other is a more of a manicure, pedicure kind of thing. If you do your nails at home, I think this is a must. I paint my nails, let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then I put 2 to 3 drops. I put 3 drops on my thumb and 2 drops on the rest of my fingers. This is the Accelerate Quick Dry Nail Drops by Morgan Taylor, and I've used about 1/4 of this already. Every time I paint my nails, I use this. I feel like my nails stay longer. They don't chip as easily. Like for instance, you paint your nails. Oh heck, I have to go to the bathroom. How the heck am I supposed to unbutton my pants? Because if I do that, I'm going to ruin at least 2 nails because you're pulling the paint off and then you smudge, or if you touch something, the imprint's on there. If you use this, that won't happen. It takes 5 minutes for your nails to completely dry. However, nail polish does take 24 hours to completely set. So just keep that in mind. So I would paint your nails on a day you're not really doing much. You don't have a whole lot going on that day. Maybe just like a chill day, your day off, something like that. But that does help with the longevity of your nail polish. And then the last thing I have to recommend is this. I've had this for over a year. I originally bought it at Ulta, and then Ulta stopped carrying it because when I got to like 75% of the way through this, I decided I'm going to go back. I'm going to purchase it. It was a pretty penny. So I was like, you know what? It's almost out. It's my favorite perfume. I want to go purchase it again, and I couldn't find it. So I requested it for Christmas, and I got it. So I was saving this for like special occasions and things because I was like, it's my favorite perfume. I don't want to just go through it and not have another one. This is the Emporio Armani Because It's You perfume. It smells so good. Like I've got my backup right here. I just love this stuff. I don't know. It's probably going to be the perfume I wear all throughout my college career, and I'm a sophomore right now, so it's just exciting. I really, really love that perfume. It's my favorite. So transitioning from other things back into makeup, or not back into, switching into makeup, I have 2 primers to talk about. I'm going to talk about my least favorite, but it did make it into my 2019 favorites video, so obviously I like it. It's just not as much as that other one. This is the Glassy Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Glass Skin Balm. And here's what it looks like. I did get this in a BoxyCharm, and I've been watching a lot of declutter videos lately, and I've seen a whole bunch of people declutter this, and I'm like, really? I love that stuff. And just to prove it to you, like, look at that dip in there. Like, there is a huge amount of product gone. I really do love this stuff. I do like Touch in Sol primers. I want to get more in tune into the brand, but I'm on a no buy for 6 months, so I can't buy anything. This, I don't know, I feel like in the wintertime it hydrates my skin. It gives me like a dewy base. Even though I set everything, it's not going to look as matte. At least in my mind, it's not going to look as matte. But I don't know, I really do like this primer. I feel like my foundation goes on wonderfully on top of it. I am wearing it today. It's just a nice primer all around, in my opinion. The next primer is so exciting. I love this primer, and I'm about right there, like I'm halfway through it. This is the Cover FX Blurring Primer Pore Minimizer Base, and it does come out like a, here. It does come out like a color, and then after you work it into the skin, it's just translucent. I don't know. I just really like this. It fills in my pores. This fills in my pores. It takes care of my coloration. It helps my acne. I didn't wear this today, unfortunately, but I do really, really like this primer, and it was in my current Shop My Stash thing for like a month straight, and I was like, you know what? No, you need to put it back. You have a lot of primers, you need to use something else. So I did put this back, but I do really love this primer. If you can get your hands on it, or even a mini, I would suggest trying it out. I do really like this. I did get the gripping primer as well. I don't like that one as much as I like this one, but I'll try anything once at least. So after primer, I'm going to move on to foundation. Normally I do my eyeshadow first before all of that, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to do it this way. And my favorite foundation of the year is this one. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 170, and I have the concealer to go with it in the shade 170. They are the same number, but the concealer is just a smidge bit lighter. They work beautifully together. They work beautifully with different concealers. I feel like it just is a nice soft canvas. When I wear this, I use it on my sister, I use it on Caroline, I use it on really anybody. I use it on myself. I really do love these, and the concealer is called the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer. Like I said, it's in the shade 170. I just really like these, and I'm sure they would be long gone by now if I had solely just been using this, which I would if I didn't have as much foundations as I do, but I do have quite a bit, so I can't just solely focus on these, and I do really, really like these. I don't know, I don't really think I have anything else to say. It covers, it's full coverage, it's matte, it covers everything. I do really want to try the hydrating one, but like I said, no buy for 6 months, so I'm not gonna do that. The other concealer that I have to recommend is by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. This is his concealer in the shade C6. The packaging is to die for on this. The applicator is just stunning. It holds so much product, and you can see on the tube, oh, I moved it around, you can't see, but there's like little, you know how like when you use something like lines show up on the outside, lines are showing up on this. That's how much I use it. I'm pretty sure I'll be done with this within the next few months just because of how much I do love this and I do wear it. It's just a nice concealer. It does have a smidge little scent, but after you blend it out on the face, you can't even smell it. So I do really like this concealer. Plus, look at that. It's just stunning. I'm sure everybody has seen it by now. But I do really like his concealer, and they're not all that expensive for the amount of product you get through Jeffree Star Cosmetics. After concealer, I would like to talk about setting powder, and I've got two here to talk about. This one was more of a favorite in the beginning of the year. This is the Laura Mercier Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I know they have a brightening one. This powder is very, very fine milled. It is very, very soft. A little bit goes an incredibly long way. I travel with this stuff. I really like the way it sets my makeup. It doesn't crease. It looks nice all day. I don't have to retouch up. this stuff is really good, and I'm sure everybody and their mother loves this stuff. And the other one, I have a little story about. So I went on vacation to Missouri to visit my grandparents, and I brought one mini, like, you know, Point Perk setting powder with me, and I brought this one, and I used it, and then I couldn't figure out why my makeup looked so great. I was like, everything looks so smooth, I look like a baby butt, everything is wearing so nicely, everything looks great. Like, I was feeling my makeup every single day while I was there. Granted, I took a whole bunch of stuff that I liked, but I took this stuff. This is the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder in the shade Translucent, and I really do like this for the fact that it has a sifter in it. So you can open it and you can close it. This stuff is very, very fine milled, so I would not inhale while applying it, or you're going to get a whole bunch of powder in your mouth or in your nose. So I would just keep that in mind. But this stuff is just so finely milled, it smooths out any imperfection, no flashback, it wears incredibly, you don't need to touch up. I love this stuff. So either one of these two, get an A in my book. The setting, or the powder foundation that I have to talk about, is a drugstore one. It's from Collab. You can find this at Sally Beauty's. This is the Kill the Shine Pressed Powder in the shade Porcelain 01. And to prove to you how much I use this, I'm about ready to hit pan. You can see all of the ripples in the pan here. I feel like the color is nice, the formula is nice, it wears incredibly, the pigmentation is nice. Like, I don't wear this on its own. I never just wear powder foundation on its own. Maybe that's just a me thing, but I use it to set the rest of my foundation just to give myself a little bit more coverage because I am very acne prone. So, and I'm oily and I don't want oil to break up my makeup throughout the day, so I always set my face. And this is like, I keep reaching for this and it's like, no, Kaylee, you have more than one powder. You need to use other things. So I had to force myself to put this back, so I just really love it. And if I go through it, I will definitely be repurchasing another one. And this is the only powder I have to talk to you about. I do like other powders, but I don't feel like I've been using them long enough to justify putting them in a yearly favorites video, if that makes sense. And the other powder I want to talk about is this one right here. And if you watched a few videos on my channel, you might have heard me talk about this. This is the BH Studio Pro Shade and Define 10 Color Contour Palette. And in this palette, like it said, you get 10 shades, and I don't use these 3. So these 7 I will use. I have pan in this shade. I'm about ready to hit pan in these 2 shades and in that shade. I use this shade to brighten up, and also this shade. I like to swirl my brush around in here. I could possibly use maybe these 2 if I swirl them together for a bronzer, which I don't see a problem with. It's not patchy, the formula is great, it just blends on, it's buildable, you can have a light day, you can have a crazy day, and you get like more than one option in here. You want to set your face, you want a brightening powder, you want something a little bit to give you, like, cancel out your eyes, like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like if you have light or medium skin, this is perfect. And I think it was $10, like $1 per pan. Like, incredible. Incredible. The other 2 bronzers that I have to talk about are these 2 here. So this one here I took with me, no, I didn't take with me. I bought on the trip to go visit my grandparents, because I brought a palette that had bronzer and a blush and a highlight in it with some eyeshadow, so I didn't have to bring a whole bunch of stuff. And I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it, and I picked up this one. When I picked it up, it did have all of these little granules in it, and as time goes on, they keep getting bigger and bigger. This highlight is a very nice subtle highlighter, and I'd be careful because mine comes out. I just think this one's old and it's going bad. I don't know why. I haven't really had it for all that long. I've had it for maybe 6 months, and you can see the incredible dip in there. You can also see, like, on the edges here how much the pan has gone down. It's probably going to take me forever to hit pan in here, but I love this bronzer. It's just really nice, and this is the Balm Take Home the Bronze bronzer in the shade Oliver. This is an anti-orange bronzer, and I just really like it. You can build it up very subtly. I find it very hard to go overboard with this bronzer. It's just a very nice formula. Pigmentation's nice. I just really appreciate this bronzer. The other bronzer I have to talk about is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Into Sun Sun Stalker bronzer. And here's what it looks like. The Fenty Beauty emblem is already gone. You can even see the imprint in there. Like the other one, I don't find this formula to be patchy on my skin. I just find it to be a very light, comfortable bronzer, and you can put a little bit at a time. You can build up. I also find it very, very hard to go overboard with this bronzer. I don't know. I really do like lighter bronzers because I tend to be a little overhanded, like harder handed. I don't know, on my bronzers, not on my blushes or anything, but on my bronzers, like if I get too much, like it freaks me out the entire day. I'm constantly looking in the mirror. How does my face look? How does my face look? Because I feel like I look weird because my bronzer is like wackadoo. But I do really, really like this bronzer. I know if like it's some people don't, some people do, but for me it is a hit. Now let's move on to blushes because I only have 2 to recommend, and I have 6, you heard me, 6 different formulas, not eyeshadow. I've got 8 different highlights I want to recommend, but only 6 different formulas, so let's get these out of the way. The first one is this one right here. I got this back in the full face of basically free makeup video that I filmed. It was, I cashed in point perks at Ulta and Sephora to do like a full face, and I picked up this from Sephora. This is the Jouer Bouquet d'Amour 6 shade blush palette. And in here, there are 6 shades. You get a nice little mirror. The only shade in here I don't use is this one right here. It's orange. It's a little crazy for me. You get a peach, a baby pink, a nude, like a little hot pink, and then more of a burgundy shade. I personally lean towards blush palettes because depending on what eye or lip look I want to do is going to depict what I wear for my blush. And I can swirl it around, make my own customized blush if I have more than one. It's just I find it tedious to go through every single blush that I have and be like, oh, I want to wear this one today. Oh, I want to wear this one today. So personally, I'm just a blush palette kind of gal. I don't know. I really want the new one, but like I said, a no buy for the next 6 months, so I won't be getting my hands on that until July. And the other blush palette I have to recommend is the Anastasia Beverly Hills. I did purchase this at TJ Maxx, and my blush trio is in the shade Pink Passion. You get the shade Rose, Sugar, and Basically. I really preferred this one because you get a nude, a pink, and a burgundy. And with these colors, you can mix your brush in different colors to get different tones, different shades, different things like that. So like I said, blush palette kind of girl. I think the formula is great. I think the fact that they have 3 is great. I just really like this blush. And now, moving on to highlights that I have a crap ton of. So, I'm going to start right here with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlight. I use this puppy so much. See that dent right there? It is just like this gorgeous gold color. I don't have very many golds in my collection, which is why I probably use this as much as I did. I think it's very pigmented, very pow, very bam. I just really, really like this, and if you have it, yay. If not, I'm sorry. I just love this palette. Or, yeah, this is a palette. I love this highlight. Another formula that I really, really like is the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter. If you are looking for an intense, bam highlighter for a cheaper price, these are my go-to. I have the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighters in the shade 250 and the shade 50. 50 is more of a pinky shade, and you can see like the imprint in there is gone because I used it so much. And like the shade with this one, this is in the shade 250. One of them is more pink and one of them is more icy, but if you blend them out, like they're just gorgeous. Like they're pigmented, they are blinding, they are there. Like there is no way you cannot see me from across the room in this. I think these are very creamy, they're very soft to the touch. These are a drugstore hit. Hit, 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 hit. Also like to put a cream highlight underneath my powder highlight because it gives something for the powder highlight to kind of stick to. And these are it. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Lunch Money and Flexitarian. So Lunch Money is more my favorite. It is more of a yellow tone, and I've got quite a bit of pan in there. And Flexitarian is more of a I don't know, neutral tone, but I do have a little bit of pan in there. So I really do like these. The formula is very nice. I can put them, if I already set my face, I can even put these on top. Doesn't matter. So I really, really like these for that purpose. Very quick, easy. I can just use these and go out the door. I can put these and then another highlight on top if I'm looking for a very pigmented, in your face, like, well, bang, highlight. So these are really nice. I know ColourPop is sold in some Ulta stores, so I would look out for those if you can. The other highlight palette, or I've got 3 more formulas to talk about, and the first is this one here. This is the MAC Hyper Real Glow highlight palette. I know this is the lightest one. I don't know the name of it just because it comes on that plastic sheath, and then you don't even have the names. You get more of a icy highlight, a pink highlight, and then more of a golden highlight. I use mostly these two. I don't really like gold highlights all that often, and if I'm going to go for a gold highlight, I'm going to pick Amrezy. So, plus you get like a little mirror in here. I really do like this formula. Again, it's soft, it's buttery, it's pigmented, it's very shiny. You can see me across the room, and that's my type of highlight if you can't get that gist yet. Another highlight formula that I really like, I picked this up when Samantha March released her collaboration with Ofra. I did pick up that one. It's just, I do wear it. I just like the palette just a smidge bit more, even though both of the colors in her collab palette is in here. You get the Beverly Hills Highlight, Star Island, Rodeo Drive, and Blissful. I don't really use Blissful all that much, and then I don't really use this little pizza cutout of this one, but all the other ones I will use. I'll use this one and I'll use this one. It's just for my skin tone. Those suit me perfect. And I mean, if I really wanted to, I could go pick up another highlight that I really wanted from Ofra and just pop it in here, because these pop out. I just don't want to like force it out and like break the pan. So I don't really have a pencil to just pop it out right now, but it comes with a very large mirror, very travel friendly. I feel this palette formula is great, buttery, soft, pigmented, like all the other ones, and that's why I have so many pick. I just can't pick one. They're all great, they're all pigmented, they're all will bang. I love them all. And my last but not least, and my favorite highlight of the year, is by Pixie and Rach Loves. I think she did an amazing job on this. I really, really love. I don't really use these two shades here, but these two and this one are crazy up my alley. You can see dents in each one, especially this one. I use that one a whole lot. Comes with a mirror. The packaging is just beautiful. Pigmentation, creamy, buttery, pigmented. Well, bang, like all the other highlights, and it would not be in my favorites video if I did not use it and use it and use it and use it. And that's why all 6 formulas are in my highlight best of 2019. So let's see what 2020 has in store in the highlight realm, even though I'm on a no-buy for 6 months. So we will see how this year goes. Okay, so that is all of my face products that I have to talk about, except for this guy. I'm just going to talk about it and get it out of the way. This is a brand new bottle of the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I haven't even opened it because it's still got the little top on it. This stuff makes my makeup last all day. I went to Nebraska to go visit my fiance's aunt, and we were out, like, we had dinner that night, and we were out riding horses in the afternoon, and it started pouring down rain. My clothes were drenched. I had to go inside and change. My hair is drenched. It went up in a ponytail. But tell me why my makeup lasted through the rain. Did not look bad. Not even at all. It did not look like my makeup had budged a single bit. My eyeshadow, my lipstick, my mascara, nothing. And I give it to this bad boy right here. I am a cult follower of this product. I love it. Now, going into eyeshadow primers. If you know me, you know my channel, you know I love this primer. This is the Pretty Vulgar Uncaged eyeshadow base. It does have pigment, a little bit of pigment to it, so it does kind of cancel out my veins. It's super sticky, so the eyeshadows stick to it. My goodness, my teeth today. I always like cancel out everything with like a neutral shade, and then I go in because I don't want like patchiness or anything like that. But my eyeshadow lasts all day. This is just a great primer. It is my favorite primer, and that's what it looked like. The cap even has these really pretty details on it. So this stuff is amazing. If you can get your hands on it, I would suggest maybe just trying it. I know, I don't know, this is the only thing I've tried from Pretty Vulgar, but I really, really love this stuff. It is really good. And then now I've got 6 different eyeshadows to talk to you about. I think I'm going to go least favorite to most favorite. So the first 2 are both by Juvia's Place. This is the Magic Mini, and this is the Masquerade Mini. This one here is my favorite, and this is the Magic Mini. And my favorite's because of these jewel tones here. I can pull in another palette and make this work. Like this blue shade. Oh, stunning. This purple shade, like, look at that. What? That's, like, what? These are just insane. This gold shade, like these green shades, like, what? Like, look at that. Pigmentation is extreme. Quality is extreme. They're super soft, super pigmented. I have loved every look I've created with these palettes. And this is the Masquerade Mini. I really like this one for these 2 rows right here. You can do a warm tone. You can do a cool tone. You've got your inner corner highlights. You've got a lid. And then you've got pops of color if you ever do so please. So I really do like these. These were my favorite in like the summertime, the springtime. I really, really reached for colors like these. But other than that, moving on to the next palette. And this has been a favorite of mine for a really long time. You can't get your hands on it anymore, but I'm going to talk about it because I love it. The Aspen Award and Tarte palette. And this is the Eye and Cheek palette. And in here, this was like, she kind of made it towards honeymoon. You have a blush, you have a highlight, and you can use maybe one of these 2 shades down here as your like bronzer shade. You have a setting shade, you have a transition shade, a different transition shade, 2 deepened shades, an inner corner highlight. Like, this palette was just put together very, very nicely. You have a very nice mirror on it. The pigmentation is very nice. The quality is very nice. They're soft, they're buttery, they're blendable, the packaging is just stunning. Look at that. I just really like this palette. I think this is a great everyday college palette. I really, really enjoy this palette. So maybe look on Poshmark. See if you can get your hands on it. This is a good one. Coming in at number 4 is something by ColourPop. And this is the Sweet Talk Pressed Powder Palette. You have 2 glitters in here, a Super Shock, and then pigmented. You can get more of a, like an orangey warm tone look. You can get a pink look. You can get like a brown grungy look with this. I really like this palette. The packaging is stunning. The quality is great. I'm sure if you have a ColourPop palette, you can agree. This was a steal for the price. I think it's $18 for 12 shadows. Yeah, $18 for 12 shadows. I really do like this palette. I don't know, it travels with me, it goes with me everywhere. Plus, look at that packaging. Just, what? And then coming in at number 5 is the Huda Beauty Nude Nude palette. And I took this traveling with me, both to Missouri and to Nebraska. And I just really like it. These marble tones are beautiful. You can get more of a burgundy look. You can get a pink look. You can get a soft look. You can get like a lavender look with these colors. The quality is there. The mirror is there. And you get, the only shade I don't really like is this concealer color. I really wish she would have just added another eyeshadow. But whatever, what can you do? I just really like it. Oh, and you get these 2 are glitters right here. So I really do like this palette. I do like pinks and things like that. As you can tell, this is a pink palette too. So really A+ in my book. I really love this palette. I don't know. easily noticed when I keep going back to the one palette because I have so many. So if I reach for one constantly, or like, you know what I want to wear? I want to wear that palette today. It goes noticed by me just because I have so many. And it's like, well, if I keep reaching for it, obviously I like it. And then my last and favoriteest palette of 2019 is the Anastasia Sultry palette. I love this palette. I really love these cool tones in here. This pop of pink is just awesome. You get rose quartz, you get pearl. Like, this shade Cyborg is freaking incredible. Like, it's like a bronzy, it's a like silvery, like, it's just, I really like this palette. You get 2 transition shades, a deepened shade. Well, if you want to do a cool tone, you get that transition shade too. You get an inner corner highlight, you get a setting shade, you get options for the lid, and like this shade, Ember, is like this really cool bronzy, mossy, greeny color. Here, there it is right there. I kind of ran out of room on my hand. It's just really, really nice. Everywhere I go, this goes with me. So these 2 palettes went with me on both of my trips, and they were the only 2 palettes I took, and I made do. I love them. They are great. And I have one single shadow I want to share with you, which is this bad boy right here. I have dropped it 3 times, broke it twice, repressed it twice. This is the single shadow in the shade Ballet Shoes. And you can see, like, I've used so much of this. I'm going to hit pan on this. I know it. Any day now. It's a great, I bought this because I wanted something to use as a inner corner highlight on palettes that don't. So if I pull something into my Shop My Stash that doesn't have a perfect inner corner highlight, well, blam! But now I can just use my highlight, and I wish I would have thought of that. But I really do love this. I use this so much throughout this year. And sometimes I even just put a little bit of bronzer in my crease through this in my inner corner. Done. Boom. For my eyebrows, I've got 2 products to talk about. And I really, really like the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This one is in the shade 3. I also have the shade 2, but I just bought the shade 2, so I figured I'd put number 3 in my Shop My Stash. It is literally, that is all the way up. And I just have that little bit, and I really want to use this up. So I think I'm going to put it in a project pan, hopefully get this up. And then also, to set everything down, I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I think everybody and their mama knows about this, so I'm not going to talk about it too long. It holds everything in place, and I really do like it. And then I've got 2 eyeliners to talk about. One is from Tarte. This is the Sex Kitten liner. And literally, that is all I have left. And it's retractable. You got a smudger on one side. It is, oops, very, very black. I really do like this. Stays in my waterline all day long. Adds oomph. Very pigmented, very creamy. Goes on very nicely. And I'm surprised I don't hear more people talking about it. I really love it. This is the Marc Jacobs liner, and these are so this is the Marc Jacobs one right here. No, the one on the inside is the Marc Jacobs one. Very black, extremely pigmented. It twists up and down. This is just a mini, but I find a little bit goes a long way. You don't need to go back and forth, back and forth. It's just one line, swipe, pay off. And as soon as it dries, not moving. Not going anywhere. So this lasts all day. If I'm going to be crying, if I'm going to be in the rain, this is it. And then I've got one liquid liner, and this is the Fenty Beauty Fly Liner. And this one is just, if I can show you. Boop, boop. Excuse my poor swatching, but it's just the felt tip makes it easy for me to make a straight line. Very black, very pigmented. I've got a full size and a mini, and I kind of bought it on accident. I thought it was a pencil liner, but it was an ink liner, and I'm actually very glad I accidentally bought it because I would have never started using it, and I love it. I use that when I put on lashes. I don't put on lashes very often, but when I do, I use that. And that is everything for my eyes. Now let's go on to lips. Like I said earlier, the first one is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop Little Star Liquid Lipstick. I have it on right now. I love it. I'm constantly trying to find ways to use this just because I love this color. It's just like this perfect grungy brown. I think it's perfect in the fall. It's winter right now, but who cares? And my favorite, most worn bullet lipstick is this one right here, but Ulta doesn't sell it anymore, so I have a dupe to mention, but I wanted to mention the original culprit first. This is the nude lipstick in the shade Pink Chocolate from Ulta. And there is what it looks like. Ugh, swatch quality, man. I'm terrible at this. And there is what it looks like. It is like my lip color, but better. It's pinky, but browny, but gray, and it's just the right shade. And I can't find another color that perfectly matches it, but this one from Jouer is the closest that I found. This is the, I don't know what it is. I think it's in the shade Yas, like Y-A-A-A-S. So, and then it has, when you look at it, when you take the top off, the color's on top. So if you're storing your lipsticks, you don't have to open it to see what color it is or read the name to know what color it is. That one is just a bit more nude. It's not as pink, but it does do the trick. And this one is just a bit more glossy. Like, it's not as matte, but the color is practically there. And I like the Ulta one because the color, the formula is superb, but the color is mostly what I'm looking for days that throw bronzer in the crease, inner corner highlight, just a lipstick to get out of the door. This is the color I use, and I'm going to throw it in my project pan this year to get it all gone because I know I can do it. I have hopes I can do it. So there's that. And then I have one last final bullet lipstick. This is the MAC lipstick in the shade 921 Sultry Move. If you can see Henry right there, he's climbing on my chair. And this one is more of a warm tone nude. Here, let me get rid of some of these swatches. My hands are really dry, so excuse that. This one is a bit more warm tone, and it is matte. This is an easy everyday color. Love it. And then I've got 3 more bullet lipsticks to talk about. They are all nude, as you can tell. I'm just going to swatch them, and then we're going to talk about them. Right here is the Jeffree Star Cosmetics in the shade Celebrity Skin. I wear this all the time. It is a perfect nude, just easy, bing, bang, boom, done. If you're wearing a crazy look, throw this on. You're good. You're golden. You don't got to worry about nothing. This middle one right here is in the shade Queen Bee from Too Faced. This one also kind of matches the one from Ulta. Not close, but it kind of does. It's got that more of that pinky vibe to it. And this one on the very top here is Patina. I went through a full size of this lipstick, and then I bought, it was a set. It had this one and 2 others. So I just bought the minis because I was like, my lipstick collection has grown, and I don't think I'm going to go through another full size. So the mini is fine for me. And the Too Faced one is also mini. But those were my go-to, like, liquid. Henry! Sorry, Henry's knocking stuff off from behind me. Those were my go-to liquid lipsticks of the year. And the last and final product I have to talk about for my 19 favorites is this one right here. This is the Hard Candy Max Pout Plumping Serum. And I really, really like this because when I start my makeup by putting a plumping lip gloss on my lips. I do my eyes, I do my face, I take my lip gloss off so my lips are nice and plump and ready for my lipstick. And this, I find, does the best pumping, and this is the extreme plumper. Like, they have just regular plumper lip glosses, but I really do like this one. It smells weird, and like the applicator has like this weird color to it, and the smell is god awful. So if you are sensitive to smells, you are not going to like this, but I really, really like this. Sorry about the commotion. I'm almost done, so just gonna wrap this up. So I really did like this for plumping my lips. It makes them look great. It makes me look like I've got some really nice lips, tell you that. That was it for my 2019 favorites. I know there was a lot. This is gonna take me forever to edit, so I will see you hopefully in January. Bye guys, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And without further ado, I'll see y'all next time.